Hi guys, it's increasingly obvious that one of Donald Trump's plans when it came to the war in Iran was just to take the oil, to have a friendly regime in place in Tehran that would allow American companies to go in there, start pumping the oil, and of course maximize their profits. But as we've seen, it's not exactly going to plan, and this has resulted in a huge cost to the American taxpayer. Now, I want to show you this clip where Ro Khanna, a Democrat, was grilling Pete Hegseth, the War Secretary, over the actual cost of all of this and how much ordinary Americans are suffering as a result of it. Have a listen.
How much did it cost American taxpayers in terms of the strike to the Iranian school where kids were killed? Do you have that number? In terms of the missiles we used?
As I've said, that unfortunate situation remains under investigation.
You don't know how much it costs the taxpayer?
But I wouldn't tie a cost to that, to anything.
It's a reasonable question, no, sir? I mean, our taxpayer money was going there. Do you know how much it will cost Americans in terms of their increased cost in gas and food over the next year because of the Iran war?
I would simply ask you what the cost is of an Iranian nuclear bomb.
I'm going to give you that opportunity.
I would simply ask you what the... you're playing gotcha questions.
So you're there to answer questions, not to ask questions. You're the government minister. Your job is to respond to questions from congresspeople or senators, not to ask questions. This guy is so dumb he doesn't understand that his job is to respond. He's there to represent the government.
About domestic things. I'm not.
You're saying it's a gotcha question to ask what it's going to be in terms of the increased cost.
Why won't you answer what it costs to prevent Iran from getting a nuclear bomb?
I give you that, sir. But let me.
What would it cost? What would you pay to ensure Iran doesn't get a nuclear bomb? What would you pay?
I reclaim my time. Do you not know? You had no one do the analysis of what the increased cost of gas and food on the American people are going to be?
What is the cost of Iran holding that straight at issue with nuclear weapons?
It's $631 billion. Which means it's an increase of $5,000 a year for American households. Now, let me give you this point.
So it's an extra $5,000 a year for every American household, on average. This is Donald Trump's war. Wasn't the war supposed to bring down the price of all of these things? Donald Trump got into office saying, I'm not going to have any wars. I'm not going to have any more wars. This is the end. I'm the peace president. And now he's stuck in a situation where the cost of living for ordinary Americans is rising all the time. An extra $5,000. Are people who voted for Donald Trump because he promised to bring down grocery prices, are they happy?
You're saying that your operation is preventing a nuclear Iran. Will you acknowledge that there is an economic cost to the American people for doing what you believe is necessary to make Iran denuclear? Will you acknowledge the economic cost?
We have an incredible economic team that's managing this better than
but
what the previous administration did to our economy.
Look, managing what? It's been told to you the exact cost for American families, an extra $5,000 a year. And your response is, we have a wonderful team. What is this team doing?
What the previous administration did with inflation.
You don't even know what what's upsetting.
I reclaim my time. Did with COVID, and you're going to lecture this administration about the economy?
Sir. You know what is upsetting?
Incredible.
You didn't even do the analysis on how much it's costing the American people. It's one thing if you said, okay, it costs the American people $5,000, but we think it's worth it. That's what we've done in World War II and other wars. Here's what it costs. You got to pay for it. You don't even know what the average American is paying. You don't know what we paid in terms of the missiles that hit the Iranian school. You don't know what we're paying in terms of gas. You don't know what we're paying in terms of food. Your 25 billion number is totally off. It's the incompetence. It's the incompetence.
It's the incompetence. It's an incompetent administration that simply don't care. Donald Trump doesn't care about the cost of living crisis for ordinary Americans. And the Republicans don't care about it either. They would pretend that, yeah, we're much better than Democrats. We're much better than Joe Biden. Remember when Joe Biden was in charge? This isn't going to work. This is a desperate attempt to deflect because they know the midterms are just around the corner and the public are looking around and saying, hey, look, everything is more expensive now. Everything is more expensive because of Donald Trump. And it's not just this war, it's also his policies. He's not improving the lives of ordinary people. And Pete Hegseth can talk about, well, what about a nuclear Iran? But wasn't that supposed to have been resolved last year? Remember when the strikes were carried out in 2025? And the point of that was, we're going to stop Iran from moving to the next stage. We've obliterated their entire program. So what's this war about? Okay. Yeah, and what is the end goal here? How much money is going to be spent on this? Because ordinary American taxpayers are picking up the tab here. It's not, Republican politicians reaching into their pockets to cover these costs. It's not these massive donors that are paying for this. He's wasting millions of dollars every day. For what? Because if you said, as Ro Khanna had said, what is the goal here? If it was World War II, you're fighting fascism. If it's, the Cold War, allegedly you're fighting communism. So there was some sort of goal there. There was some reason behind this. What is the reason behind this war? Donald Trump has said that the war has been over for some time, but it's still rumbling on. How much is it going to cost people? That's the question that needs to be put to Trump and his administration. How much is it costing people? Not the Trump administration. How much is it costing ordinary people? And I think questions like this are going to become more and more uncomfortable for the administration as we get closer to November. Because then Republicans are going to have to tell ordinary people, you have to stick with us. We will make your lives better. We've made your lives terrible, but if you vote for somebody else, it's going to get worse. That's not going to work. You actually have to improve people's lives, and you're doing the opposite at the moment. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think, and I'll see you in the next video. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching this video. Remember to click like, subscribe, and ring the bell in order to stay in the loop for future videos. Now, you can also support the channel financially by clicking on the links below to Patreon, becoming a member, and of course, sending me a coffee. And all of those are greatly appreciated, but of course, only if you're able to. Remember, I stream twice a week on Tuesday and Friday nights, and I hope to see you on the streams as well. So have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.